Following the tragic Black Saturday bushfires in 2009, Freemasons across Victoria responded to calls for aid by collectively raising $1.2 million, 100% of which was given to families, community facilities and schools. One of the affected schools to receive support was Middle King Lake Primary School, and I'm joined today by its principal, Janette Cook. Welcome, Janette.
Thank you, Peter.
In February 2009, the nation saw arguably its worst bushfire disaster. Middle King Lake Primary School was directly affected by that disaster. How has it re-established itself since then?
Yes, initially, after a couple of weeks, we were re-established on two sites. We had some children who were attending school at a portable at King Lake Primary School and others at Epping Views, which is quite 40 minutes away. So for staff, we were across both of those sites for the whole of first term. By the end of the first term, the department had put up a temporary site for us at the corner of the football ground. So that very last week of term, we were able to get back there as a whole school community and re-establish ourselves together. We were there for 2 years while this school was being built. A local farmer, Joe Exton, and his family donated the land for this school complex, and we moved in here in 2011.
How do you feel that the community has been affected and responded to that disaster in 2009?
It's a long journey. We've all had our ups and downs at various times, and that will still continue. Trauma is something that doesn't go away, and there's a number of things that bring those feelings back to the surface, and for different families and different people it's different things. Sometimes they're very hyper-vigilant about hot days, for others it's when the power goes off, thunderstorms, fog, and we do our best to try and calm those situations so that they can work their way through there. So we have some young students just starting school now who were only 12 months to 2 years at the time of the fires, who are just starting to show signs of trauma. Sometimes this means that they have the fight or flight behaviour, I suppose, and it's just under the surface. Sometimes little things can go wrong and all of a sudden it seems to be a major thing. Yes. With some of the older children and the youth within the area, there's risk-taking behaviour and things like that. So it's a long, hard road, but we're all working together to see what we can do to help people through.
In addition to the $40,000 given by Freemasons Victoria to help the school re-establish, scholarships for the next 10 years have been provided to 4 students each year. How do you feel that those scholarships have been received?
Well, the families who've received those scholarships have been overjoyed. They've put that aside to their students' special interests or their further education, but the whole school has benefited from that initial $40,000 that was donated to the school. We utilised that to set up our library. Library is a favourite place for all of our staff and students, and so we used that initially for the furniture and for the computer borrowing system, so we were very welcomed.
Janet, what were your thoughts about Freemasonry prior to our involvement?
I grew up with Freemasonry. My father joined the Freemasons in 1945 on the same night as his 2 brothers and his father in Tura. So while I've known about Freemasonry for a long time, it was a big secret. Didn't know much about that little black book beside Dad's bed that he used to study. Did know that they did a lot of generous work within the community, but it wasn't work that was highlighted in the papers. It just seemed to be something that was done in a very quiet way, but I've certainly known about Freemasonry for a long time.
And finally, Janet, what do you see as your focus for the future for the school community and your children? We'll
continue to provide the best education for these students that we can. That's always been our aim. It's never been off our radar. But together with that, we need to focus also on a little bit more on the social and emotional well-being of our whole community as well. We have projects within the yard, of course, to rebuild, and we're able to do that as a whole school community. So we make this place our own and put a bit of ownership into this new setting.
Janette, thank you very much for joining me and giving us your story of Middle Kinglake Primary School, and we wish you all the very best for the future.
Thanks, Peter.
As a Freemason and CEO of Freemasons Victoria, the ultimate reward is seeing the direct impact of our assistance. It's now over to Lena Way, who'll be chatting with two of our scholarship recipients.
Well, here with me now are two previous winners of the Freemasons Victoria Scholarship, Tish and Max. Tish, congratulations on receiving your scholarship. These scholarships are worth $500. Can you tell me how you used your scholarship?
Well, I used my scholarship towards what I like to do most, which is drumming. I used some of my money towards lessons, and I bought my drum kit with the money as well. So
fantastic. And how about you, Max?
I haven't used any of it yet.
Do you have any ideas about how you might use it?
No, I haven't thought of it yet.
Really? And are there any guidelines, Tish, around how you have to use the scholarship funds?
Well, some of us, I think we decided with education uses, or what we, with a passion of what we wanted to do in the future. And yeah, it's just
wonderful. And you're both in grade 6, so you'll be heading into high school next year.
Yeah.
Max, do you have any thoughts about what you might want to do when you graduate from high school?
I'm thinking maybe working in a zoo or maybe a professional cricketer.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you play cricket?
Yeah.
Wonderful. And Tish, how about you?
I'd like to be an actress when I'm older, because it just seems cool to be able to express yourself and make people laugh and cry. And
I think that would be very cool.
yeah.
Now, you know these scholarships are from Freemasons Victoria.
Yeah.
Max, do you know anything about this organisation?
Yeah, they're a very nice and generous company, and yeah, they just appreciate them donating it to our school.
Oh, we're very pleased to do so. And Tish, do you know anything about the Freemasons?
I do know that they are an organisation of men that also they help with scholarships, and they put towards funds and stuff to help with organisations and things. So, and yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Tish and Max, two very well-informed and delightful students of Middle Kinglake Primary School. We'll be back after the break. You're watching Freemasons, The Inside Story.